Fire up the bubble machine. What if we had a bubble machine to start the show?
Neek, you can put in bubble machines for like post credit, right? Post edits.
Put on bubbles.
Yeah. Just have bubbles coming up.
Not bubbles machine.
Oh yeah, I could. We
You
could have
get
bubbles.
a bubble machine like in the corner, and then just have it.
Just like the physical machine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could do that.
Just the JPEG in the corner.
I'll just put like a.
It's not even moving.
Nothing coming out of it.
I'm at the mercy of whatever's available on the internet, so it might be a fog machine.
That's all they have on the internet.
Yeah,
That's
but
so
just
funny.
a combination. Like I'm just gonna have to take 2 GIFs. It's very crude.
Wait, are you a GIF person?
I've only become a GIF person. I've
am.
always said GIF. No, GIF. I've always said GIF, but it's spelled GIF.
It's spelled GIF.
Now I don't even know what I said originally.
I was confused. I thought it was a different language.
GIF is not correct, right? It's GIF.
I say
Yeah,
GIF.
because GIF is like J.
GIF.
What'd you say? KIF? KIF?
GIF.
What did I say originally? What was the first thing I said?
You said jive, actually.
Don't fuck with me. I said GIF, which is wrong.
GIF.
It's a GIF.
It's a GIF.
It's a GIF because it's a G, English.
Wait, so why did you do that?
Why did I do what? Say that?
Why'd you say GIF?
I think it's just because I've always people just say that, right?
Right. It's one of those where people still aren't sure yet.
Tomato, tomato. Here's the thing about tomato, tomato. Nobody says tomato.
Nobody.
No one.
Nobody talks like
Nobody
that.
says potato.
Nobody says potato. So why is that even a saying? Nobody talks like that. We should do a segment of the show called Nobody Talks Like That.
Nobody says jive turkey anymore.
We should. That's some
We should bring out
jive
jive
ass. Some
turkey.
shit truly is some jive ass shit.
Some shit.
Right. That's some jive shit.
You're right. Nobody says, give me some skin.
See,
no, they are.
We talked about that. We've talked about that.
We talked
before.
about laying some skin.
I think Road brought that up the other day.
Was that Road? Yeah.
It was Road.
That wasn't us. That was the other podcast.
Yeah, I know, right? Here we are stealing segments for the. Hey, shout out Crooked. Shout out Neva. Shout out Jamie. Shout out D Miles. Shout out Nudia.
Welcome to the Road Podcast.
Oh my God. I am Neva. I am Miles.
All of them.
I am all.
Welcome to the 5 on 5 podcast. Shout out to Road Podcast.
Shout out.
5 on 5 podcast is presented by directmusic-service.com, where we get all of our music. We're going to be off the rails today. It's just the boys. Phenom, down the street from me, Jupiter Williams.
I'm right here, y'all.
Just down the street from him, Neek Lopez.
Yes.
It's a long street. I'm in Las Vegas.
It's a long street. Take I-5 all the way down and cut over across.
Keep going straight. Now keep going a little further.
Yeah.
Further.
Keep going still.
You can do it in 17 hours.
No guests today. We don't have a guest. We're gonna get back to guests next week.
Yeah.
We've been doing so much on our own. On ours own.
Ours owns. Yeah, for real.
I'm not sure how you would construct that sentence.
I think that's the best way that you could construct it.
Our own. Yeah. Because our is plural.
Our own.
Our own.
But
continue.
Collectively, we've been doing stuff, and non-collectively. Well, how do you say that?
Individually.
Uncollectively.
Uncollectively.
We got to start over. This is awful.
Today's gonna be a mess.
Yeah.
No, but you get what you get. I think we're all kind of lethargic. We've been running all week. We were in Vegas. We're back in Portland. Neek threw the party of a lifetime. Neek, you just need to retire now. I think that's it.
That's so funny you said that. Me and Charlie were just saying the same thing.
It's kind of
he was like, bro, like 2 days after, he was like, yo, I'm tired. I was like, bro, I'm so tired. Like my car is still full. I have like 8 disco balls in my car, palm trees. There's luggage all over my apartment from all the decor. I'm so tired. I'm so tired. And I'm like, what am I going to do this again? I'm done. Everybody enjoyed themselves. I enjoyed myself. I'm done.
You
Calling
threw,
it.
you threw the party in expectation of this is it. It's a one-off, and they told you, "Hey, we're gonna see you again in December." And you're like, "What do you mean?"
Yeah.
What do you mean? I thought, yeah, I didn't think this was gonna happen again. No, I'm honestly so, like, in all seriousness, I'm so excited that the party went as well as it did. I've been talking to you guys for every step along the way in this process of working with Mac Agency and On the Record, and just every step of the way. So like to see it and how it was unfolding, we were all excited about it, but like it had been over a year and a half since we threw one. And Eddie and Omar hadn't actually attended a Paradise Fever in the past. Cricket, who works with them, she's been to a few.
Shout out Cricket.
Shout out Cricket. Eddie was excited about it because he had seen promo, he had seen video, and we kind of share interests. So like musically he was in, like just based on what the entire concept is, and like Paradise Garage and Studio and Disco Fever, he was all in on all that stuff. Omar was completely clueless to all of it. And so, which is fine, but it creates, it's a combination of him trusting his partners on me and me having to educate what the party is and what it has been. Trying to explain the concept brand new again, which is something honestly I haven't had to do in a while. I haven't had to like really explain the concept of what the party is in a while to like fresh ears, because I mean people have been to it, people have seen it, people who know me go to it. So it's like, you know, we just know, if you know Neek, you know what Paradise Fever is. So since moving into the club, it's like a broader audience. And lately, aside from just Omar, like I was with Cricket the other day, like having like a meeting prior, and like the day prior, and somebody, like we ran into someone, we're like, yeah, if you're not, if you know, doing the promo thing, if you're free, come through. And they're like, yeah, what is it? Well, okay, so why disco? What is Paradise Fever? And I'm like, damn, like I have yet to ever have like even that, like to explain that far in is something I haven't had to do. Like, why disco? Because like, and I was kind of like stuck for a second, because I was like, because disco's fucking dope. Because disco's dope. Like, it's the coolest. Like, I don't know. I didn't know what to say. And then I'm like, what are you asking? Are you asking for like the real answer? Like, what is like the homage? Like, what am I paying tribute to? Like, the air, like, and so I kind of had to like give like a very specific, like, this is a tribute to a very specific time in a very specific place, between the late 70s and early 80s. And it's just crazy to see where it's gone, and like to get the reception we had. Holy shit, that party was sick. That party was fucking sick. Paradise Fever and On the Record was fucking sick, man.
That was a movie.
It was just so clean. It was so flawless. It was on the money.
Yeah.
I was so exhausted during it. Like, Travis, you were with me at like 4 p.m. when I had got to the venue to just set up. And like, it wasn't a lot of setup. Like, it wasn't like I prepped the entire room, but like we had never dressed this room up before. You know what I mean? We had a rough idea of what we wanted to do with it, but like bringing the decor, which is usually like, it's different. I'm used to having it downtown. So, and like in venues that are close to my house. So like, and much smaller spaces. So like my decor takes up a lot more space in those spaces and like makes a much bigger impact. So trying to like strategically dress up the room and bring all that, lug that shit through a casino, like, oh man, that was brutal. But
That was interesting.
just like between setting up, actually being at the party, and having to schmooze for like the first hour and a half, before that having to be at sound check. Oh my God, doing a sound check with Lannis from the Stone City Band.
Yeah. We gonna get into that right now?
We'll get into it. Yeah, because that sound check was crazy. And then schmoozing, you guys being able to show up and play. and like having to like literally greet everyone. We did it so perfectly. Like the schedule was perfect, like where I could greet and talk with everyone and then eventually get on and then get off again. So that way I can say goodbye to everyone.
Yeah.
The night was smooth. It was just crazy. Like Paradise Fever in the beginning was nonstop, just music, boom, like that's it. But to have like a full program with a performance, a contest, like it was a big change, but it worked out. We stayed true to the brand, and I'm stoked on that.
It's amazing. I mean, it's literally for the first run, for the trial run at the new spot, it literally checked all the boxes, and that's impossible. It's
crazy.
It's impossible. You
had a Soul Train line. You had a
Soul
Soul Train
line. There's an
actual
Soul
Train in a
line.
Vegas club on the Strip. Oh, sorry. My bad.
You had us in the Soul Train.
Okay.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. How did I forget about that? I forgot about that.
You had us as the last duo that went through the Soul Train line. Is this someone's wedding? Because that's probably the only other chance you're going to get that from either of us.
Yeah.
Like,
it's insane, dude. I cannot believe some of the things. And we had talked about that like in a meeting a week prior.
Yeah.
Like Art, shout out to NPR. Literally the greatest host of all time.
He's the greatest host. Yeah.
He's
unbelievable.
He's great.
He was like, yeah, I'm gonna see, because we were talking about like we tried to have control over every single element of the party, to like, even because we knew we were gonna get a lot of dancers in the room, and we were like, well, a lot of the times when like a lot of dancers show up, dance circles start, which is great, but it kind of, if it goes on for too long, it kind of alienates the people who aren't dancers,
right?
And then the room clears out.
Right.
And now it's just a dance event. And so we were trying to figure out how we were going to mediate that by allowing that to still happen organically, but also finding like a non-intrusive way of interrupting that and allowing other people to get involved. And the Soul Train line, I don't know how, but he was just like, at some point, if I feel like it's happening, like for a long time, like for too long, I'm just going to try and build it and just make it happen. And it worked. It's so funny. It's so funny. We had so many, like, in the past, I feel like Soul Train is kind of like the go-to for all these throwback parties.
Right.
Soul Train is kind of like the go-to imagery. Everybody wants to do what Soul Train did and try to recreate that vibe.
Yep.
And I've always like kind of been like, everybody else is doing it, let's not do it. And on this one in particular, we had so much like, let's do Soul Train shit.
It was
like,
just too organic though.
Yeah.
We wanted to do real Soul Train shit,
Yeah.
like Don Cornelius out. Well, we were gonna have the Scrabble board on stage, but that got swapped out for what ended up becoming the performance.
Oh, okay.
And then he was like, yeah, we wanted this whole like Soul Train thing. And he, like, when he went and got out the suit and like wanted to do his whole Don Cornelius thing, it was sick.
He killed it. He absolutely killed it.
He killed it.
And then he did the he did the dancing with the girl.
Oh yeah, he hustles his ass off.
Oh.
Him and Eva are really good at hustling.
Oh my god, that was amazing.
Dude, there were some OGs in the beginning. There were like early in the night, there was older people.
Right.
Yeah.
There was older people, and you could tell that they came here for disco, which was kind of wild to me.
And they were killing it too.
And they were doing real hustle steps.
Yeah,
like,
that was when Colin was playing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We took video of them and we were like, what? Like, and that's kind of like the vision that I've always had for this party, was I wanted it to be ageless.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted young people to come in and still have a good time as if they were going to like see a house event, because the energy is still just as pumping, and it's still like, it's dance music. It's still house. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But I wanted the older crowd who may have actually lived through this era to still feel like it's authentic, and like that they can still be a part of it and enjoy it in the same way. Shout out to that DJ, that guy Charlie, who is an old school DJ that was hanging out with the Stone City band. He was
Oh,
like,
yeah,
"Yo,
yeah.
I played this cut when it came out. Like, this is sick." Like, it was sick. It was just cool.
I think it's good to not constantly. I think it's good to occasionally pull that book off the shelf so we just don't forget about that time period.
Yeah.
You know, and there needs to be more nights that are a homage to a certain specific thing instead of, hey, it's a 90s party. We're doing that, you know, and it's like, no, get a little bit more specific with it, you know, like really kind of dive in, do a little bit of research, do a little bit more of a deep dive, or else this is just going to be erased from history pretty much.
Right.
You know, where people are just like, oh, I didn't know that, you know.
Yeah, I think in the beginning I felt like, because Paradise Fever was originally just like a mixtape I made. It was a 4-hour long disco mix. And eventually it was like, oh, like, what if I did a party like this? This would be sick. And it was just basically me doing like what I imagined a Larry Levan set would be like, you know? And or like, you know, the Loft and like a sound like that, and just imagining what it would sound like. And eventually just being like it just became kind of hyper specific, and then like the party came from that, and I was like, well, I want to recreate that from just like the stories that you read about these, or the documentaries you watch, the books you read, like, because there's really no like there's a few recorded sets from Paradise Garage from like the later days, but you know, it's not like the early day, like in the 70s. It's always like in the not late 80s, but in the mid 80s. But you never get the 70s sets, and I just kind of wanted to like do my best impression of that. So I like, for a while I was like, this hyper specific thing is going to work in my detriment. Like, it's not going to help me out. It's not going to, because I don't want to explain it, because it's people aren't going to get it.
Right.
And like, I don't want to have to keep explaining it. And eventually it just turned into like, well, don't, right? Like, just do it and just let, you know, the heads will get it. The heads are going to get it. But like, the people who aren't heads are just going to enjoy it. And that's, I think when you're hyper specific like that, it ended up working in my favor, because now there's no real deviation. I don't got to like pull from anywhere, or like find like inspired by this thing. Like, it's just that thing. And so it's easy to lock in. So I just think like this, getting hyper specific and making like a real niche out of it is probably key to like why it's getting, you know, attention now.
I think you're absolutely right. And I mean, I don't have to say it again. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you, man. Thank you guys for being there. I made a real long post thanking everybody involved. It was just crazy fucking cool to see it on that level. That's where we wanted it originally. We had someone in the very early days spot the party and basically try to shop us to on the record. And coming into, I think, the event that I met you guys at, to telling us that, yeah, it's a great party, but I don't think it'll work on the Strip. And here we are on the Strip at the very club.
That's like that. That's like the rappers. The rappers. Yeah, my teacher said that I would be nothing.
It's funny. I tell that to Eddie and Omar, and they're like, who the fuck? And like, Omar has no idea who this person is, and Eddie knew exactly who it was, and he's just like, man, they couldn't have been more wrong. But I'm kind of glad it happened, because that allowed me to get 2 more years under my belt of really tightening up this party and like gaining the experience to, because if I'd fucking did it back then, I probably would have shit the bed and it wouldn't have been as good.
Yeah, that's true. Well, I have to send you some footage of the full room, because you should do a side-by-side post of like 2019 and then 2021.
Dude,
18.
Yeah, if I could, I wonder if I have footage of like fucking 2017, because 2017 was like brutal. It was like just fucking rough.
Yeah.
Probably don't have footage because I remember like I was like, I don't want any documentation of this.
Like, everybody put your phones away.
There's like 3 people there. So.
Oh man. Like that Travis Scott Humble Beginnings.
Bro, humble as hell.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah. I kind of wanted to go off the rails today. We always interview everyone else. We always talk to everyone else and kind of do a deep dive on them. So this week I have a bunch of questions that I found for icebreakers on the internet, and we're all going to kind of answer these. They're some are very interesting. They're funny. They're stupid. They make you think. Let's start with this one, and you'll need your phones for this one, boys.
Sick.
What was the last song you played on Spotify?
Oh, I'm usually like, oh, here we go.
Oh, Spotify. Hold up.
2-man sound. ¿Qué tal America?
Still in the Paradise vibe. Let's go.
It's the automatic daily mix playlist that they make for you. And so yeah, I guess so. Before that, I was listening to podcasts. I usually don't listen to music in the car. I was listening to what was I listening to? I listened to the Road podcast yesterday, and today I listened to Last Podcast on the Left.
Trav, what were you listening to? Budden?
No, he's not on Spotify anymore. So so that's on Apple Podcast. No, mine was Miley Cyrus featuring Stevie Nicks. Oh, what was it? Edge of Midnight, the Midnight Sky remix.
Cool.
It's like a flip on Edge of 17. Yeah.
What were you listening to, Colin?
Let me see here.
And the Row podcast on Spotify.
Skate, Bruno Mars, Anderson .Paak.
Oh yeah.
Silk Sonic.
Yo, album coming out soon.
Because somebody tweeted earlier. I'm not even gonna say who tweeted it. They said, "Is Skate Bruno's biggest flop?"
Oh no. Shit. Haven't heard it. I want
to go.
I'm sure I will soon though. You guys know I got beef with Bruno Mars.
I know you. Yeah, you don't like him. He takes your style.
A little Bruno beef, a little beefo.
I heard Bruno Mars and Anderson .Paak's new album's called Paradise Fever.
Could you imagine? I fucking wouldn't doubt. Mark my fucking words, in fact.
Best fucking sound around on the back of the album.
There's gonna be something like very similar in Bruno's next project.
Do you own the Paradise Fever handles, or is it just Paradise Fever LV?
Paradise Fever is taken.
Okay.
So I've tried to buy it from the owner, but he doesn't. They don't post. I've never seen
Bruno and Paak.
I bet, dude. I fucking bet. And I've tried to buy the domain, and they wanted too much. So like, it's Paradise Fever Disco and Paradise Fever LV that I own.
Neek's like, "Who is this?" The guy's like, "It's Bruno Mars." She's like, "Yeah, right."
I wouldn't even say yeah, right, because it's like this personal conspiracy. There's a word for it. I just learned it the other day and I forgot it, but there's a word for like feeling like having a conspiracy that is targeted on yourself.
Yeah.
Like based on like people are out to get me.
Yeah.
And I feel that way about Bruno Mars. I'm telling you, man.
Bruno, I hope Bruno is watching this.
He is. He's for sure watching.
If he's not, somebody associated with him is my. I'll just do a quick breakdown of this conspiracy theory.
Oh my God.
I believe that someone in his circle, because he was out here for so long, knows me. And kind of just like is like, yo, this would be fresh if you did this. Like, yo, you should start like kind of going down this lane. And like, because every time I'm in a lane, the next Bruno project is my
It's in that
lane.
lane.
Like whether I'm dressing a certain way, then boom, he starts like I start like getting into this sound. Boom, he makes that sound. Like
Has Bruno taken any of your girls?
never.
Keep it that way.
Not that I know of.
Keep it that way.
That's
Once that happens, then you know Bruno's
I wouldn't
after you.
if he did that. That's more like flattering than anything. I'm not a possessive person in that regard. I wouldn't take that personally.
Good answer, Neek.
Moving on. Gentlemen, what is your favorite strange food combination?
I saw a really gross one. Somebody posted a TikTok that was disgusting.
Mine would be, I'll make my steak, right? I'll do a ribeye, and I'll sear it and whatnot, put it in the oven, get it out, and then right before I serve it, I sprinkle brown sugar on it and then put a torch to it and torch it.
You candy the steak.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not mad at that. I've just never heard of that.
You need to try it. You need to try it.
That's delicious on like ham, so I don't see why it wouldn't be good on steak.
Right. I picked it up from this restaurant in Austin. They did it in Austin, and ever since then, that's
like a full crust.
Or just like put it all over. Put it all over. Put it on put it on the sides, put it on like the top and stuff.
You're making a full
even put some on the bone.
Like a layer?
Yeah, just sprinkle it on.
Yeah.
Just a little sprinkle, just a little bit of layer, and then put a blowtorch to it.
Hit that bitch with the torch.
Yeah.
Wow.
Brown sugar everything is just great.
Yeah, I'm not mad at it. It's not.
It is.
I'm not mad at it.
Brown sugar and coffee is pretty good too. That's another one.
Yeah.
Brown sugar and coffee.
I didn't know about that.
That's fire. I'm not really of a sugar person with coffee, but yeah, like that is good.
Same.
My favorite like snack, but I don't know if it's weird. Like as a kid, I've always been into like graham crackers and applesauce, but I don't think that's weird.
I did that as a little kid.
A lot of people say scrambled eggs and ketchup is weird, but like a lot of people do it. I do that.
It's not weird.
I don't like food. You guys know me. I'm the pickiest eater in the world.
I think graham crackers and applesauce is unique.
It is
I
unique.
don't know if that's a popular one.
Yeah, I mean, you know what it was? Those like stupid little snack things that you get when you're a kid as lunch? And it's got like the cheese and the crackers.
Yeah.
Once my sister got me one that was graham crackers and applesauce, and I've just been fucking hooked since. Shout out to hanging out at Desert Breeze Community Center with the fucking graham crackers and applesauce.
Shout out.
A lot of our listeners will be happy to hear about that shout out.
Hell yeah. They'll be like, yo, shout out Desert Breeze. Shout out to Breeze.
I think mine would be like, I just love barbecue sauce with everything.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Like, I would rather go barbecue sauce with fries than ketchup.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
okay. I am just now discovering that not all. I was just gonna say I'm just now realizing that not all barbecue sauces are equal.
No,
not.
I have the wackest barbecue sauce in my fridge right now, and I'm just one of those people that doesn't like to throw shit away. So I'm like, I gotta finish it before I buy a new one.
Yeah.
Is it the Trader Joe's one?
No.
That sucks too.
I want to say it's like Lucille's or something. It's just too sweet. Like this, it doesn't feel. I feel like there should be a certain amount of spice that comes with a barbecue sauce, and this just has none. It's not good.
Colin, what's your sauce?
Yo, I'm kind of all over. I found Tabasco started making a barbecue sauce.
Really? Is it good?
It's pretty tasty, man. And then there's this dude. What's the dude that does the barbecue sauce?
Stubbs?
No.
Stubbs.
It's
I don't know what it is about that guy, but I trust him.
G Hughes. G Hughes barbecue sauce.
Oh yeah.
That's a big shout out right there.
Okay.
He does no sugar barbecue sauces, so it's not overtly sweet.
Yeah.
Don't know if you know this, Trav, but Colin is a condiment dude.
Oh no, I know that.
Well, we got Condiment IG.
Shout out.
Condiments for you, the number 4 and the letter U.
Yeah, and the Twitter handle too.
Yeah.
So
do not play when it comes with the condiments.
I've known this.
That's like the only interesting thing, like at the grocery store to me. Like everything else is fucking mundane, but the condiment aisle, you're like, damn, all right.
Colin, I'm gonna have to bring you back a bottle of Jank barbecue sauce, only sold at HEB in Texas.
Okay.
And
shout out to our other sponsor.
My favorite. Oh yeah, shout out to Nukes.
Yeah,
shout out to
hot sauce. I do their hot sauce.
I actually need to hit them up. I need a new bottle. I need to re-up.
Yeah, we need to re-up. I put their hot sauce on everything.
Yeah, it's like
a move to do is pray and tell Diane. Shout out Diane. Her wings, her buffalo lime sauce with the Nukes hot sauce in it.
Oh, you do the mix.
That's the move. Yeah.
Which Nukes? The red?
The red one. What's the red one, Colin?
That
habanero one.
There is a habanero. Yeah,
that's the one.
Shout out to Nukes. Yeah, shout out to Diane too.
Yeah.
I saw Diane posted last night. She did naked wings. Somebody posted that. Who was it? Travis, you know who this dude is. Diane. I played there last night.
How was that?
It was good.
Good.
Didn't get any noise complaints for the neighbors, so that's all you can hope for.
That is all you can hope for, seriously. Because they did not like us on Mississippi.
Did she delete it? Yeah, she took it down. There was she did like a naked wing, which
okay.
For all you wing people. And Fat Joe was there on Friday.
He was there.
Yeah, Fat Joe went to Pray and Tell. So for all you people that want some good wings or good fried cauliflower or really good French fries, actually go to Pray and Tell.
Hey, Fat Joe's best song. What is it?
What's Love?
I was gonna say that. Either or Lean Back.
Lean Back.
Where does Lean Back fall? Or the remix?
What's that one? Oh, Get It Poppin'.
Oh yeah.
That beat's kind of.
Are we just gonna bypass? Don't want to be a player. Well, no, never mind.
That's not him. That's
Pun. But he was all up in the video. That's my fault. That is my fault.
I don't know. Those are definitely his most popular songs.
Yeah.
I love the Don Cartagena album.
So good.
That's funny you say that, Nico. Yeah, Don Cartagena was fire. Boom.
Whoa, there it is.
right on cue.
Dang.
He's good.
This is fire. Yeah, this is good stuff. Don Cartagena, John Blaze, got Nas, Jadakiss, everybody's in this.
Yeah.
Joe, if you're watching,
we love
big
you.
Fan. We need the signature. Thank you.
We love you, Fat Joe.
Today's price is not yesterday's price.
Yeah, he's the one that taught us that. And he taught us the value of Air Force Ones.
Yes.
Next question, the series of questions. Gentlemen, what kind of reality TV show would you appear on?
I've thought about this,
I think you have to.
You have to, right? Yeah. Because every time you watch a reality show, you're like, what would you do? Right?
Yeah.
I couldn't do no Fear Factor type shit.
No way.
I would not be on no challenge show.
Eat this spider.
No.
Yeah, right. Like I'm like, oh yeah, I could do anything, and then they talk about like eat this, and I'm like, I don't even eat real food, so why the fuck would I eat?
I would do a Real World with the homies.
Oh yeah.
What do they do on the Real World? Do they just kick it?
Yeah, they just kick it.
Is it like you do the challenge though, right?
No, well, I mean,
challenge.
You're selected to do the challenge after the Real World if you want to do it.
But just like that's road rules.
No, not anymore.
But just the regular real world is just you kicking in the house.
The challenge is its own thing now. So the challenge has now brought in people from like Big Brother, people from Survivor, people from these other shows that
all reality people.
Viacom owns it all, you know. So they put them on the challenge now. So now it's not just the real world road rules because there's no road rules anymore.
Viacom Super Smash Bros. Basically.
That's what it is. And CT is like the Mario of it.
That's crazy. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess one of those like Kardashian type shows where they just follow you around and you live your life.
Yeah.
But my show would be super boring. They'd be like, wow, Nico's at home watching anime again.
I would be on the Kardashians. I'll be on the Kardashians just to hang out with Kanye.
Oh,
that's
God.
it.
I haven't watched the show in eons, like since I was in high school. I can't believe how old that show is. So I have no idea. Like I never saw an episode with Kanye in it. Scott was still in it when I was watching. Well, not watching, but when I watched it. And I would imagine that I'm a lot like Scott.
Bruce was still a man.
Bruce was still Bruce and wasn't Caitlyn. So yeah, and then Kendall was like a kid. Kendall and what's the other Kylie.
Yeah.
And Kim was obsessed with Kylie's Tumblr account. And so all of her sisters were all making fun of Kim Kardashian, being like, why is she so obsessed with like all she talks about is Kendall. And then like fast forward now and she's like the biggest thing on the planet. So it's kind of funny. That's very much like foreshadowing and like literally setting it up.
Yeah.
Which is kind of crazy before she was even like a fucking teen. Like before she was if I'm doing math, like she wasn't even 16 yet at this time. So it's kind of crazy.
Kylie,
yeah,
Kylie, like, I don't think she was.
So she's been on for so long,
right?
It's crazy. But yeah, I would be like on one of those type shows where I'm just doing my thing and they're just following me with the camera. It would be a very boring show. It's like,
I'd be Nico's the worst when it comes to the drama.
Nico's got like a gig tonight. Yeah, drama would just not exist because I don't do that.
Yeah.
They were like, oh, somebody's pissed off at Nico. And I'm just like,
I'd be on like Floribama Shore.
Oh, I'd for sure be on Floribama Shore.
I'm sober. It was the most boring show ever.
Very boring.
I would swap in myself for Kurt and swap in Colin for Kodai.
Yeah.
On Alabama Shore.
Yeah.
And shaping those guys up.
I would do like God, could you guys imagine if I did Married at First Sight?
Yeah.
Oh, dude. That would kind of be funny.
Oh my God.
I would be laughing the entire time.
I would be laughing the whole time because I know if I'm wrong, I'm wrong here. But from what I've gathered over these past few years of being your friend, you have a very short fuse when it comes to meeting women. Your patience meter is not very large.
Over it.
He's over it almost immediately.
Be the shortest episode ever.
Shortest episode. It's like
they're like calling. We still gotta somehow filming like
still have
20 minutes of this show. So that means like we need you for at least another 2 hours, bro.
He thinks he's on next. So she walks out and he's like, next. They're like, wrong show.
Wrong show. The show's not even on anymore.
Now she doesn't want to be there. He doesn't want to be there.
I'm not that bad.
You know what? I take back everything, all my answers. I want to be on one of the early 2000s dating shows.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Cheaters, Joey Greco.
I want to be I want to be on fucking Jerry Springer. I would.
Maury? Would you be on Maury?
No, because Maury is like too serious.
The father.
Maury is too serious. It's always a paternity.
You're gonna get in a fight on Jerry Springer.
Well, it's not necessarily fake, but it's like ridiculous. It's like the most ridiculous. I've always wanted to be on growing up because like when you skip school and you get to watch like the shows that are on TV. So I always wanted to be on The Price is Right.
Okay.
and I would
Oh, that's
practice. I always wanted to be on The Price is Right, and I always wanted to be an audience member at Jerry Springer.
Colin, was your mom on Price is Right?
Shut the fuck up, really?
No, but I was on America's Funniest Home Videos.
Okay.
You were like
Yeah.
a video of you?
Yeah, jumping off a diving board.
Oh, like a video.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
is fantastic.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
My mom has a video somewhere. I'll have to find it, and we can include
Yeah.
in
If
a
we
clip.
could clip it, that'd be great.
I was
Yeah.
on the Bozo show.
What is that?
The Bozo show is it's a Chicago
I know about
Chicago
that.
kids TV show.
It's a
Like
clown.
The clown?
Yeah, Bozo the Clown.
I remember that show was everywhere. It just
On WGN. Yeah, I was on the Halloween episode.
You did the
sick.
buckets, the Bozo buckets.
I never got picked.
I was always talking about having a short fuse, Neek. I'm watching Bozo buckets, and these people were just ass on the buckets. And I'm like, oh, I could do better than that. They lined up 6 buckets or like 8 buckets. And this was a big Midwest thing.
Yeah.
You would go to like carnivals or whatever, and you would see they would line up the Bozo bucket.
Yep.
If you got to like the last one, you won like $100 or something like that, or maybe like a G or something like that. But people were so bad. They get like 3 buckets in. You're tossing a ping pong ball in.
Oh, I remember this.
Yeah, and then there is just it was nuts.
I remember I would always, and this is kind of like an adult joke, like I would always lie and make the joke that I was there was an agency, a modeling agency out here in Vegas for a long time called John Robert Powers.
Mm-hmm.
And they always had like radio and TV commercials. And if you were like a child actor or model, that's the agency. And so I used to joke all the time that I was in John Robert Powers and that I was the kid on the Disney Channel doing the splits, doing the toe touch before a movie. And so everybody was like, yeah. And I was like, yeah. And I was in a Kids Bop commercial, Kids Bop Volume 6. If you look it up, you'll see me like just completely made up all these things, like fake accolades of my childhood celebrity. Which is kind of ties into the joke on my Instagram. If you'll see my Teen Beat or my Tiger Beat spread.
Oh,
what was the end goal here with telling everyone this?
Nothing. They would be like, "Oh my god, really?" And then I'd always be like, "No, that's ridiculous." It was just for a laugh. There's no end goal.
You're like at the movie theater, and they're like, "Oh, get him a large popcorn and a soda." We got the kid from the Disney Splits.
Yeah, he's the fucking Disney toe touch kid. Get this guy popcorn. No, it's funny to imagine that I was like some failed childhood star.
I wanted to be on Double Dare. That was
dude, Double Dare would have been sick.
Where was
Except
that
I
filmed
didn't
at?
want to get slimed, bro. I was not trying to get slimed.
Where's that filmed? Was that Universal?
I think that was Orlando
Okay.
because it was Nickelodeon, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was the
Remember Mad Libs?
Yes.
Yeah. Remember What Would You Do with the pie coaster?
Yep.
Oh shit.
And
Damn,
then you opened it up and there was that prize wall. You opened up the wall. And
how do you leave DeAndre Hopkins open?
Oh, he's watching.
Sorry.
It's
I'm
Sunday.
sorry.
Next question, gentlemen. What song describes your life right now?
Oh, good Lord.
That's tough. I know too many songs. That's the problem. Like, I don't know if you guys face this, but like you feel like you know too much music to actually like narrow in and pick a song
absolutely.
for anything.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I can't answer this question. This is
the
way too
one off
hard.
the top of my head is Love All, Drake, Jay-Z.
Sick.
Off the top of my head.
I was gonna say Band on the Run, Wings, Paul McCartney. Like we just been fucking moving, man.
Bro.
And I think
There
that's
is.
why Love All fits into that one too.
Yeah.
The lyrics for that one, man. Yeah, okay. I like
Mine
that.
is I like to imagine that it's my theme song for my life is Fantastic Man, William Onyebar.
Ooh, good call.
That every time I hear that song, I imagine myself like getting ready for the day.
You were Fantastic Man the other night for Paradise.
I was Fantastic Man on Wednesday for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
I had a dance break.
Forget. Complete the sentence. I wish everyone could blank.
I wish everyone could get along.
Can't take the words out of my mouth on that one. Yeah.
I wish everyone could stop talking so much.
Yeah. Wish
Wish
everyone,
everyone
could
could
stop
just
talking
wish-
to the DJ.
yeah. I
Oh
wish
my
everybody
God.
could just enjoy the DJ.
I wish everyone would stop making requests.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I want to shout someone out actually on this topic. Actually, I want you guys to answer that question first. I didn't mean
I just said I wish everybody could enjoy the DJ.
Yeah.
Just enjoy the DJ. Just enjoy us.
Yeah.
I want to shout out to Funky Child out of Hawaii,
Yes, Funky Child, shout out.
Motown on Mondays. Hit me up yesterday and we talked for like 2 hours.
Oh wow.
Yeah. And this kind of ties in because we just got into like a DJ and branding conversation, and we talked about requests, and I was thinking about Paradise Fever and the placement of the DJ booth. It's a sick booth. Like the bus is dope.
Mhm.
But the problem is that you're eye level with everyone.
Right.
And you could just walk right up to me. I don't think people who aren't DJs or familiar with the craft in any sort of way are aware that it takes like a certain level of concentration to be a DJ. And I had a lot of people straight up trying to have conversations with me while DJing.
Mhm.
And I've never experienced that. Like just straight up like, if people like are in the booth or whatever, they can come and like, hey, what's up? And I can just like, yeah, and then get back to what I'm doing. But when I'm here and you're looking at me, I can't get away from you.
Right.
There was people full blown trying to like talk and answer with me that evening, and that was probably like the most like annoying thing because I would get distracted because I try not to be rude, it's my party. But yeah, what we got into is we were talking about requests, and even if the night is going well and your crowd is happy, somebody will make a request.
Mm-hmm.
They'll be like, oh, you're killing it, you should play this. Thoughts, what do you guys think? Like, and I know this is kind of like a tired subject in the DJ community, but like I feel like in dance music, because I've been playing more house gigs than anything, I don't get that. You just get high fives and good jobs, you're killing it, never a request. And if they don't like it, they just leave.
Yeah.
But when playing top 40 hip hop open format, whatever, you'll get requests.
Oh yeah.
Killing it or not.
Yeah.
The compliment to request is my least favorite. Hey,
yeah,
love the music, was just wondering, or hey, you're killing it, but can you like that I could do without. Just cut out the middleman, just tell me straight away I want to hear the song, and then get back to dancing.
The question for the question kills me. Hey, can I ask you a question?
Yeah, you just did.
You just did.
Precious seconds.
And I know it's annoying, but
that one.
If you know it's annoying, then why are you doing it?
That one. Yeah.
This conversation we were having led me to the notion that like I don't know if a lot of DJs ever really talk about it. Is the notion that like how many requests in a night before you feel like you're just not the right guy for the job? And that's something that I brought up because I was just like, yo, at a certain point, like there's a certain type of gig that I was getting. I don't want to expose myself too much, but there's a certain type of gig that I was getting that I'm just like, and the thing with gigs is like if you get booked for one gig and you do a good enough job, you're going to get booked for that type of gig again. Right. So like at the gig, because the best way to get work is at work.
Right.
And there's a certain amount of requests, like unfulfilled requests specifically. Like if you ask for a song and I'm like, I don't have it. And then somebody else comes in, can I get a song? And I don't have it. At a certain point, I'm just like, I'm not the guy for this. This isn't my bag. Like
Mhm.
I'm obviously playing outside of my realm right now. At what point do you feel, and this is like rhetorical, you don't actually have to answer, but like at what point do you feel like you're not the guy for the job, or you're not actually, it's not beneficial to be the DJ that can do anything and everything, because you might just not be good at anything because you're doing a little bit of everything.
Yeah. You want to go ahead and first, Travis, or you want me to?
I don't know how to answer that one yet. I mean, I think for me, okay, let me try to answer it as much. For me, I'm such I have such a competitive mindset that if multiple requests are coming, that I'm like, there's no way that I'm gonna like let this party down. I am going to I'm going to figure this out and then go after it. But at the same time, I think that is my ego taking over the fact that I might not be the best for the job.
Right.
But see, so I won't even think about me not being the best for the job. I'll just throw that out of the, like, that's not even
I'm just here to get it. Like, I'm just here to win it.
Yeah. So yeah, my ego could cloud that part of the judgment.
I feel that. I think
Definitely
just being the type of
thing for
person
me.
I am,
Yeah.
and being like the I'm hyper self-critical,
Mhm.
where I'm just like, man, I'm not the right man for the job, but I'm gonna get through the job.
Mhm.
I do rely on my skill set and my like I guess tech savvy nature to get me through. If I don't have a request, I will find a way to get that song while I'm DJing.
Yeah.
Like, I'll hotspot, get a Wi-Fi. I'm gonna play. I'll figure it out. Especially if I'm like, I feel like I'm bombing.
Mhm.
Like, I'll figure it out.
Mhm.
But at a certain point, it's like I just didn't come like
Yeah.
ready for this.
I it's weird because recently I played a night, and at one point in the night, like at the peak of the night, I was like, I literally don't know what to play. And that was, I haven't felt that in a really long time, where I was just like, none of this music makes sense right now.
Well, okay, so let me ask you this. Was it didn't make sense to the crowd, or it didn't make sense to you, or both, in the sense that the music that was coming through was just not inspiring music?
A little bit of that. I
Uh-huh.
think there's also a lack of a big hit right now outside of Too Sexy.
That's what I was getting at. Okay, yeah.
And I also think, we've played nights together too where we're like, this music fucking sucks.
Like, I mean, God, like on Thursday you stayed in 80 BPM.
Yeah. And I'm like, cool, I'm just gonna go through what I have and kind of play some shit I forgot about. Like a lot of, I don't know, it's weird that last year really fucked things up as far as music releases, music flow, and all of that. And for Drake to be sitting on this album long before he had this feud with Kanye and blah blah blah, and for this to get the version that was out there that wasn't really made for the club, like there's always a Drake song that's older that will hit better than this new stuff.
Right.
So I don't know. But even outside of that, I'm like going through the choose your own adventure in your own head while DJing and be like, oh, that song is going to clear the dance floor. That's going to make me have to go on this route. I'm going to have to do this. I'm like, I don't know what to play. Here's Natasha Bedingfield, Unwritten.
Right.
Like it'll always win, or like, whatever. Like here's Dua Lipa, Levitate, or something that's just so blatantly obvious where okay, cool, this will give me another 3 minutes, 4 minutes, or 3 minutes to think about where I'm gonna go now.
Yeah.
But that's a scary thought to like to be there and be like, I have nothing. If there was a question mark above my head, it would be visible.
That's the worst feeling.
Colin, let me ask you this: how often do you get that way? Do you have those situations, those fleeting thoughts?
It's been like 5 years.
Really?
I would say so. Maybe to where it was like, oh, this is giving me a little anxiety.
Okay.
I'm looking at stuff. I'm looking at what's played already. Maybe I kind of burned myself because we're playing 5-hour sets, you know.
Right.
Like I'm taking you on the whole roller coaster. If it's up, I put it up there, and if it's down, I'm bringing you back up later on.
Yeah.
So if I did it to myself. It wasn't an opener that burned me. It was just me versus me.
Right.
But that gives me anxiety, especially if you're doing like 3 nights in a row or 4 nights in a row, and you're like, fuck, this is all kind of blurring together. Like I had to like look at the room. I had to look around for a little bit and just kind of like people watch for like a minute, you know, and then kind of be like, okay, let me go back through my music here.
Right. I find myself there often, I feel like, and I feel like that happens from getting work in different areas when and this kind of goes back to my statement of being that DJ that plays any and everything and taking every gig regardless of like theme or genre. I think because I still consider myself very green in as far as like DJing and playing out. I've been DJing for a long time, but I haven't been playing out for nearly as long as a lot of people have. So like I'm still getting like in my opinion, I mean, thank you to everyone who's ever complimented me, but like I feel like I'm still very green and still learning and getting better and still learning how to play longer sets and still learning how to rock certain crowds because sometimes I just don't feel like I'm nailing it, you know? And if I deviate from what is the usual for me and I play something else, then I'm like, okay, I'm like gonna end up panic mixing where I'm like, what's the next song? Okay, what's the next song? And eventually you land a song that will put you in a zone. And then you're good. Like you hit one good song, you're like, cool, I got it. From here, like we just go in this direction. And sometimes it's like something Mickey and easy. And then you're just like, well, fucking just phone it in for a little bit. And then you can get weird later. Or get new or get like, you know, because sometimes being too new is a problem, right? Like being a little too on top of what's coming out. And maybe it's time to hit some classic shit that people have been knowing. And, you know, like, so there's ebbs and flows and it's still a learning process. The reason I bring this conversation up is because how long have we been doing this show? It's been over a year and a half, or about a year and a half now, right? Something like that. And you know, YouTube is our favorite platform because that's where we get all of our criticism. Shout out to all you guys that think we're too young to be talking about any of these artists or say that we don't know anything about music in general, which is fine. That's totally okay because we're not perfect and we know this.
And we don't know everything about music.
I don't know
bring
shit,
our own opinions.
personally. This is just music I like and I talk facts that I know and I guess a lot of the time, and that's fine. I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
But also being that we have a platform, I want to provide the people who look at us and think that we're like a voice of authority. We're just fucking regular DJs too. We're working guys who have fucking off days and ideas that like are fleeting and it, like, you know what I mean? Like sometimes this train doesn't run as strong as it fucking does other days.
Right.
Yeah.
And I just want to make it a point to like let people know that like this is a working man's game. This is or woman's game. Like we are all fucking susceptible to bullshit. So
no, I mean I'm putting up 15 years this year, 15/16, and some days I feel like I don't know my head from my ass. So
and then I'm not trying to. That's just crazy to hear from you. Not saying that in a bad way.
But you know what I'm saying?
Crazy.
And
But
that's what I
yeah,
was getting at. Like,
yeah, exactly.
to you, it's one thing,
Right.
but to like yourself, it's like, dude,
Yeah.
you have no idea what's going on here.
Yeah.
What's happening and coming out, great. I'm loving that it's getting me by and people are impressed by it. But like here, I feel like I'm fucking failing.
Yeah.
Like it's melting in my hands.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think the longer I'm in it, the worse I think I'm getting. He used to be really good. I don't know.
It used to be a lot more fun.
Is he doing anything different? No. I don't know.
Just not enjoying it as much.
Go buy him a shot. That may be.
put him back on the horse.
Fucking help him tune up the band.
Fucking tune up the band. No, I think and this goes back to our conversation with Cricket. You know, we are all headliners, we are all openers.
Yeah.
We are all the person that shouldn't even be in that position. You know, and that role is a 3-card Monty where you could get that at any fucking night, depending on who's before you, who's after, you know, like anything. But these feelings of self-doubt are real and they should be acknowledged. And that makes those wins, such as Wednesday, that much sweeter.
Yeah.
So we'll bring it back up on a high note before we get into the next question here. Unless anyone has anything else they want to say.
No.
Yo, okay, hold on. I do actually.
Okay.
Actually. And Colin, I've talked to you about this multiple times.
Yeah.
Feeling like I have to dumb down my set.
Oh yeah.
You remember how many times I've turned to you and I'm like, bro, I don't know what the problem is. I feel like I had to dumb down my set just to connect with these people.
Neek, let me ask you about that. How much have you had to dumb down Paradise Fever from your initial to what it is?
There
were some Mickeys in there the other night. I heard it.
There's some Mickeys.
Yeah.
I think from the very beginning, it was very deep. Like, because that's just how I started DJing, was looking for like really obscure, hard to find records.
Yeah.
And so I thought, because I like to hear DJs do that. So when I started playing out, I thought that was what's going to set me ahead, is like, you motherfuckers aren't digging like I am. And then you realize that like if people don't know what you're playing, they're not going to enjoy it. So initially until now, I've had to dumb it down a little bit, but I think the key in that, and I was just having this conversation with Funky Child also, is I've been fortunate in my DJ like path that like I haven't had to play gigs that I don't want to play, and I haven't had to dumb down too much into something that eventually makes it unenjoyable for me. So Paradise Fever, I've had to dumb down a little bit, but I make sure to, and by dumb down, I mean play more popular music.
Right.
That's
what we mean by dumbing down. For all
still,
the people that are listening.
You're not playing songs that you don't like. It's
and so that's really the key, is like find songs that are popular that you like. I will never play Wobble. Right? Like it's just never gonna happen for me.
Right.
I don't care how fucking many people are gonna enjoy it. I hate it. I'm not playing it. Ironically, I'll mention Ring My Bell.
Which rang your bell the other night.
Rang my bell. That's the best part. Last song of my set. I'll just put it out. I don't care. Last song of my set. I just got done playing like probably like what I felt like was a 2-hour masterpiece. I was fucking locked. Flawless Victory. I played Ring My Bell to end my set. And everybody's talking, like 3 people are literally talking to me at the same time. And I go to load up another track and I just change it. I just changed the track right before the hook even got there. We hadn't even gotten to ring any bells. And I just changed the song. I don't even remember what it was. And I just waved hi.
God, I hate that. That
Diana
happens to
and
me.
everyone. But to bring it back, no, I don't, to dumb it down. Yeah, it's like, it sucks, but like the master of that, in my opinion, is Four Eyes, who I know has like the deepest knowledge of music. He puts me on all the time. Anytime I feel like I'm like, I know my shit, he will put me right in my fucking place and just hit me with something that I've never heard or some information that I would have never learned of. And, or he's got stems to something that I just couldn't imagine how the fuck you would get that.
Yeah.
But he's a big room DJ and he fucking knows how to switch and become a party rocker. And, it's there's an art to it, man. There's an art to making people happy and also staying happy yourself as an eclectic individual. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, like, good DJs are eclectic, have eclectic tastes. So you have to, a little something for them, a little something for you.
Yeah.
It's hard.
Yeah.
It's fucking hard. It can feel defeating when you feel like you're doing it too much. But I think at a certain point, you just kind of have to decide how true you're going to stay to your own taste.
Yeah. No, I think that's spot on, man. Are you guys ready for the next question?
Yeah.
Yes.
I can barely hold it together here. This is so funny to me. Would you rather have to sew all your own clothes or grow your own food?
Shit.
I would rather grow my own food.
I don't know how to, like, I can stitch, but I don't know how to use a sewing machine. So I guess I have to grow my own food.
Yeah, I would rather grow my own food.
The thought of any of us wearing clothes that we've handmade by ourselves, like, you have to go to a wedding and you have to wear a tuxedo or like a suit.
And I'm spending 2 months just hand to needle creating a tuxedo.
Shoes and everything.
Oh my God, you have to make shoes too? So you have to cobble?
You gotta cobble. You gotta be a cobbler.
And you have
that's tough.
You have to make these in preparation that you're capable to dance in them.
Work out. You have to have clothes for your lifestyle. I think my lifestyle would change. My lifestyle would change.
Neek becomes a Mennonite, an Amish. I
would become Amish. I would live a very Amish and simple lifestyle. I would be a man in a dress. I could not be bothered to create legs.
Yeah.
I would have
stitch that inseam. You couldn't stitch the inseam.
No, not a chance. I would have one muumuu. I would have two of them that I would alternate. Days. That I lived in. I'd just be a different man. Damn. What about you, Colin?
I would be so fucked. First of all, the idea of having to grow your own food where you're already behind the 8 ball because you got to eat tomorrow. So
right, so you can't. You have nothing to start with. It's just seeds.
Yeah. At least if you have to sew your own clothes, you maybe have what you're wearing on, and you're covered as far as that goes. But like now you're foraging and stuff like that, like for dinner, like in a couple hours.
You're gonna do this 3 times a day.
Yeah, you're like, hey, I gotta go. Like, we can't do this podcast. I gotta go figure out where I'm gonna acquire fruits and berries. And like,
I just gave you guys 2 hours of my life. I haven't foraged for 2 hours.
On the flip side, if you had to continue your lifestyle as a DJ, being out in public and getting your picture taken this often in only what you got on, and you got to start making some other clothes here.
Yeah, because appearance is a big deal.
Yeah.
You can't learn how to sew an entire outfit by the next time you're going to get your picture taken, which is for us
probably tomorrow.
Is like at Motown or on Thursday or whatever. Like
that's, dude. It's so like, okay, clothing, not a muumuu. If I'm going to maintain my lifestyle, I'm not going with a man dress. I am changing I'm a black pair of pants and a black t-shirt. I'm just gonna put my best effort into making 2 of those.
Yeah.
And that is my uniform. That's a DJ's uniform.
That
anyways.
is a DJ's
That's
uniform.
it.
That's what I wore last night.
Press
Actually.
photos, boom, we're good to go.
Yeah.
Black pants, I'm in there. And then in the winter, I can roll up the muumuu and it is now a sweater.
Hey.
Because I abandoned that lifestyle, but I still own the muumuu.
Absolutely.
Because I made that. I put my blood, sweat, and tears.
You put your blood, sweat, and tears in that muumuu.
I'm thinking of things like sunglasses and stuff though, where you're like,
dude, get off.
Can't make those.
No, we're done.
You can't make those. How you gonna make those?
You put a fucking leaf over your head.
Yeah.
Naked and afraid.
Yeah. You have to get the material right, and then you have to like get bamboo sticks and like point them out. And
yeah, you got to make a rice hat.
Yep.
Yo,
a little Raiden hat going.
Neek's walking around with 2 stained glass glasses.
Yeah, I made them. I just broke in glass sunglasses.
He has to hold them though.
Yeah, it's just 2 circles that I have to hold. Because I couldn't figure out how to make a frame.
I'm wearing my sunglasses.
Here's the thing, though. Here's the kicker. I'm the only one that has to live like this. Everybody else lives in a modern world with access to malls.
Yeah.
They're just like, yo, who keeps booking this homeless dude?
Like, you're the only one that doesn't have access to the malls. Like, you try to go into the mall, they're like,
I can't go anywhere. Nowhere with clothing. No Walmarts. No fucking. I couldn't even go to a swap meet.
Yeah.
I just can't buy clothes. I can buy anything else. I just can't buy clothing.
The clothing section in Amazon is like off limits for you. Like you can't even click on it.
My house is exactly the same. It just has no clothing that I haven't personally handmade.
Yeah.
And we're not talking like merch. Like I paid to have fucking
right. But you still have merch. You have merch that you sell. You just can't wear it.
You can't wear it.
You can't wear it.
Oh, I can make
you can't wear it.
Sell it, but I can't wear it.
Yeah.
That's even funnier. I can still buy clothing to sell, but not buy clothing to purchase.
Right.
Yeah.
The universe somehow knows that I will keep something and will not allow it.
This is like
you're the Bruce of the universe.
Yeah. This is an art installation. Yeah.
This is art installation.
the concept of Neek as a cobbler making these shoes and needing them to be durable and
like, he's stressing out making these shoes.
Oh, I'm stressed in neutral. My neutral is stress. So I'm fucking tripping making a pair of shoes that I have to live in.
Yo, as a b-boy, you'd shoot right out of your whatever you made right away. You'd shoot right out of them. There's
a very funny, and now that I'm a grown ass man, it's kind of funny. But there's this huge stigma. There was a time where like there were certain b-boys who danced without shoes.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's kind of easier to like practice. Like if you're in your house practicing on carpet as a kid, like it's easier without your shoes, or you just weren't allowed to wear shoes in the house. So a lot of b-boys would be like, yeah, I'm just gonna go to the jam and take my shoes off when it's time to get down. And that was like a big no-no. Like you'd lose points. But like in this case, I'm risking it. Like fuck it. Like it's that, or I have to make a pair of shoes, and I don't know how to do that.
Right.
Yo,
I think it's funny to be able to buy all the parts to build a shoe, but you can't just buy a shoe.
You can't buy the shoe.
I can buy a sole. Like I can buy a sole. I just can't. It can't be assembled.
Yo, it's funny. So Jordan Brand did this one special. It's just a super one-off where they had a Jordan 1 shoe completely destructed. And they sold it. They had the shoe that they sold in the pack, and they had a Jordan
all the pieces
1 all in pieces. So that's what they're giving you. You have to.
If you were a cobbler though, those are cool as hell, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Build a bear, build a Jordan,
build a Jordan,
build a 1.
So funny. You put the heel in the toe part.
Oh,
you try to stitch it together. They number every part for you too.
Oh, it's like
they'll stitch it together the wrong way.
Fuck. I'm dyslexic.
The idea of breaking in a muumuu and no shoes.
Breaking in a muumuu.
Yeah, in a dress. And I didn't have the wherewithal to think I should build underwear.
Oh my god.
So I'm just out here, balls out,
Just
flaring,
commando
just be like, oh, I forgot.
Commando Lopez.
Or I'm smart and I tie a knot in the middle, so now it's pants.
Oh,
It's a jumper.
oh.
Okay.
I could do this. I could fucking do this.
I like that. Keep that thought, because we're going to throw you into the next question in this question in what you're wearing in your muumuu outfit.
Got it.
If you could audition for American Idol, what song would you pick and why? What song are you most confident in singing for that panel of judges? Travis.
Whitney Houston, I Have Nothing.
Oh wow, just one of the hardest songs to sing
ever
in life.
Just the hardest song ever.
If you love Whitney, wait till you hear my version.
That's what I'm telling the judges.
I'm not much of a karaoke guy, but Drunk Me demands either Powerline or Kenny Loggins.
Ooh.
So demands. I don't know why, but Drunk Me gets very aggressive about karaoke.
Fair enough.
And
Which
it's
Kenny
usually
Loggins song? This Is It?
Yeah, either This Is It or what's it? Wait a Little While.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's been my jam lately. So if I was drunk tomorrow, I'd probably want to sing that one. But man, the scale is all over the place in that song. I'm going for it though. Got?
I would go like Private Eyes or something.
Ooh, okay, yeah.
You know,
I've done Private Eyes.
Just something where you can get everybody involved. You know, get some hands clapping.
Right. I'm going with really obscure songs. I'm fucked. No, everybody. There's heads. Powerline gets the people going.
I have a super insecure song that I say. My Whitney Houston song is a super insecure song because I can't hit all the notes.
Right. You're not. There's not a chance. You're not Whitney Houston. That's fine. But you're going for it.
I'm going for it for sure.
What's your reaction when a note's coming up where you're like, I know I can't hit this? Do you kind of like look to the crowd like
Carl Lewis singing the national anthem? Oh.
Hold now.
My trick is to get louder, like in my regular voice. So like if it's too high, I sing it like neutral but louder.
Right, but louder.
So that way I don't break, because that's the worst thing is to like get up there and go silent.
Yeah.
Or like squeak.
Uh-huh.
You don't want to do that. So you just louder, but here.
My voice is cracking definitely after the first note though.
Oh, right away.
With that Whitney song? Oh yeah.
Right away.
My singing voice, I try to keep very similar to my speaking voice.
Oh, you're not changing it?
I try not to like.
I'm trying to hit the notes that Whitney's hitting.
I'm not trying to be in the same key as Whitney though, because I'm not.
I'm not taking any octaves.
Despite what you guys may think, I am not a natural falsetto.
See, I gotta get
pretty. It's not bad.
Right? Yeah, I know.
If you projected more, you would get that out of there.
See, yeah,
it's
but
in
then
there.
It goes higher from there though.
But you got to get louder to get it out. That's the key.
That was the midpoint.
Practice that when the show's over. Hit that. Stay in that key, but just fucking scream it out.
Hey guys, the next time we come back to this podcast, I'm gonna have a song ready for y'all.
Opening the show with the song.
Everybody's still listening. That is my vocal coaching.
Yes.
If you feel like you can get those notes out, but they're a little squeaky, you just fucking project them.
Louder.
Shoot it out there.
Louder.
Travis,
make it come from the lower diaphragm.
Regardless of who our guest is next week, because there will be a guest, you have to open up the show with a song, and we're not going to tell the guest what's going on.
All right. Welcome to the 5 on 5 podcast. I am your host, Phenom. Down in Las Vegas, we have Neek Lopez. Up the street from me, we have Jupiter Williams.
And I just
5 minutes of a song.
5 minutes.
Full 5 minutes.
Oh man.
Of us just listening and nodding.
Yeah. Just giving you the real fucking
The guest is going to be so
what's
confused.
Simon Cowell?
Both of you guys are just like,
I don't think I'll be able to break.
That's a no for me, dog.
you're going to laugh.
I'll break for sure.
You would.
Randy Jackson.
As soon as
a no for me, dog.
As soon as you start singing on command, I'm like red in the face. It was like in school when your homie went up there to read something to the class, and you're like, you make eye contact with them, and you start busting out laughing. You're like,
bro, I'm so easily embarrassed. I get secondhand embarrassment so easily.
Same.
So I sometimes I can't handle it when you do the gun sounds for too long. So if you start singing, I'm done. I might close my laptop and go hide in my bed.
Just so cringe.
I would just die. I would fucking die.
The guest not knowing what the hell's going on is the best.
Oh man, that is hilarious.
Yeah. If we get the guest that we're hoping to get next week, he will fucking be so confused, and he will let us know.
He will let us know.
He will let us know how confused he is.
After I sing the song, we just need to be so calm about it and go right into the show just to confuse.
What we do on this show.
Yeah.
Just don't even address it.
Don't, yeah.
Either that or Travis, you sing the intro. One of the two.
Oh.
You have to pick a melody and just go with it.
Just go.
Or build a melody as you go.
Just build a melody. Oh my God.
Fucking Quincy Jones over here.
For real.
Next question.
Let's go.
Would you rather give up social media or eat the same dinner for the rest of your life?
Social media. I said that too quick, huh?
No, I know that of you.
I knew that. That was the easy one. This was mainly just for Neek.
Oh, okay.
Does the world give up social media, or is it just me?
It's just you and the moo-moo.
I'm staying on social media. Without social media, I don't have a job.
Neek's got social media, but he's making his own clothes and eating the same dinner every night. We're heading towards a very specific lifestyle here.
We are.
It's kind of getting a little cultish.
Honestly, I'm not that mad about the scenario. Let's build a commune. This wouldn't be the first time I've discussed starting a cult.
It'll definitely be like the Source family commune.
Yeah.
Which, oh my God, the style.
I'm not mad at it. Everybody, yo, what if I just put the time into creating like a beautiful jumpsuit, like a sweatsuit? Everybody
you already are behind the 8 ball. Let me stress this again.
Right. I have to start naked.
We need you out next week. We need you out tomorrow in your clothes.
Damn, dude.
Yeah, it's not like you can hide out.
I can't do this by hand. If I do it by hand, it's gonna take too long. Single stitch.
Wait a minute, is it single stitch by hand?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, unless you go twice, and then it's a double stitch. But like,
here's the thing: we do allow you to refashion the clothes you're currently wearing into something else.
They just can't stay as they are.
Right.
I could pull that off. Because I would cheat. I would literally just cut it like this and then just sew it back together. And now it would just have a seam down the middle. Whatever. Man. Like I'm not gonna be bothered with
this. You're covered for one day, basically. Like you're covered, like what you're wearing now, you have today.
Gotcha.
But tomorrow, what you're wearing has to be a completely different iteration.
Oh shit! So I can't just keep wearing this.
So you'd be good for the cut and sew tomorrow.
So yeah, I'm good for the day of construction tomorrow.
That buys you one more day.
Got you. Oh God. So it's gotta be the moo-moo. If I only have a day turnaround, it's a dress. And then once I have the dress, and I'm allowed to like repeat wear that, I'm gonna be working towards the jumpsuit. And I'm basically just gonna live in a velour jumpsuit after that.
But just the one look.
Yeah, just the one look. That's fine. Now I just have a thing. I'm the guy in the jumpsuit. But I'm gonna have to
Also-
be the guy in the moo for a little bit first.
Which is also something Bruno Mars would do. So looks like somebody's going the other way now.
Now I'm just doing his thing, which is my thing. Fuck that.
Right.
It's just my old thing.
It's my old thing. This is my old thing.
What Bruno Mars would do is something that I have done.
This one is gonna fuck you guys up. Would you rather only eat foods that have never been cooked or only eat foods that are cooked?
It's a dumbass question. No, I'm cooking it.
I'm
Have been cooked. Do I have to cook it?
Everything has to be cooked
Yeah. I don't give a fuck about raw food.
by you.
Oh, I have to do it.
Yeah.
This changes things.
Wait a minute. What's the question? Say the question one more time.
Would you rather eat only foods that have never been cooked or only foods that have been cooked? So you have to, either way you choose, you have to do the cooking. But everything you consume either has to be uncooked or cooked.
I'm still going with cooked.
Cooked.
So like,
Because I'm thinking
no cereal, no fruit, no vegetables in the regular form.
You have to
If
cook
it's one or the other?
You have to cook the vegetables, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'll cook.
I'll cook.
Okay. Yeah.
I just can't. Like if you go like uncooked, you're just a raw vegan now.
Yeah.
Basically.
Or like, but you're a raw vegan, but you're cool with sushi and
You
carpaccio.
do sushi every meal and wear a moo and
Or eat carpaccio sushi and raw veg and just eat raw fruit and veggies.
yeah.
I don't know if I could do this. That's part of the commune I'm out on. I just cold foods at all times. That sucks. I'd look great though. You would look incredible.
I could live on cereal. I did in college.
I'm the world's pickiest eater, and cereal is on my top 3 list of least favorite foods.
I love cereal. Give me a big ass bowl.
It grosses me the fuck out.
Soup.
It's fuck, not this conversation again. Cereal is soup. Fucking stupid. That one gets me. That one gets me.
Hey, that was great.
That's something for our day one fans.
Yeah, that was great though. That was great.
I hated that part of that moment of our show.
Last question in our 21 questions. Gentlemen, would you rather never be able to take a hot shower or never be able to eat fried foods ever again?
I love the hot shower. Taking a cold shower is actually good for you.
You will keep the fried foods?
I mean, I'll keep the fried foods, but it's not really that big of a deal.
Yeah.
I will rid myself of fried foods to keep a hot shower. I'll just
I could rid myself of fried foods.
Anytime I eat fried food, I immediately regret it. So if I could just alleviate that option from my life. The thing with fried foods is it's easy food. It's readily available all the time.
Yeah.
But if it wasn't, I'd be cool with that. Just bake everything instead, right? I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, if you went one avenue on all of these, you'd for sure be in a cult. Like all these questions.
Yeah, if you answer a certain way to all these questions, you're in a cult.
Oh, is this to find out if we were in a cult?
No, I'm just saying, like, now in retrospect, I basically put myself in a cult minus the raw food part.
You did. Quartz Lopez.
I'm Quartz now. I've officially I've said this I probably said it to you guys. I've said it to other friends. Like, I feel like at a certain point in my life, I could have started a cult and didn't. And like, I feel like I could have definitely like built a following and led a group of people to a certain lifestyle. And honestly, I still feel like I'm charismatic enough to do it. It's not with malicious intent.
What's up with this guy?
It's not with malicious intent. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh man!
In order,
he said that with a straight face and looked us both in the eyes through Zoom.
I didn't look him in the eye. I didn't look him in the eye. No, I'm not going to give that one the justice of eye contact with him on that one.
Oh man,
you are so full of shit. And here's why.
Oh,
why?
I'm crying. I'm crying.
You are not social. You don't want to talk to any of these people. You have to keep in contact with these people and avid in their lives.
It would be week 1 of this commune, and I'd be like, everybody get the fuck away from me.
Yeah. Instantly, week 1, the cult leader is killed. Here's a new cult.
There's a new cult leader. I give them all the tools. Here's the thing. Here's my one flaw of being a successful cult leader.
I'm sorry.
I have a terrible diet. If I had a great diet, I could start like a minimalism cult, and we would all contribute to the community. My diet and my fucking lack of desire to be social.
We need to change the subject now. This
major
is not
flaws.
good.
Look, it's not malicious. I'm not trying to kill anyone. It's just an alternative lifestyle.
Oh man.
That was
funny.
Here's the timeline. Here's the exact timeline of how this goes down. We believe we can create a cult. The founder is Neek Lopez. Neek Lopez does the introduction to the cult first week. After the first day, he's nowhere to be found and can't be reached. They go to his room to see what's going on. The cult leader's been killed. A new cult leader has started the cult. They've taken all of his ideas, and when they asked the new cult leader how come they killed the old cult leader, they said he got an attitude with me when I asked him a question.
And the new cult leader is
Who is
Bruno
the new
Mars.
cult leader? Yes.
Bruno Mars.
It's fucking Bruno.
Literally wearing Neek's clothes.
Wearing fucking
his
perfect jumpsuit that I spent months on in a muumuu.
Yes.
And I didn't get to wear because I didn't finish it in time.
Exactly.
And he took the credit for it. That's it.
They are never going to air this episode. This is supposed to come out tomorrow. No. This is not going to get aired on anything.
No.
Fuse and Warner are going to hear this and be like,
look
what
at
the
it.
fuck did you guys talk about? Did you guys talk about for 2 hours?
Yeah.
We didn't talk about, and now it's like so late. We didn't talk about the performance.
Oh, let's talk about that real quick. So tell everybody who performed, Neek.
Lannis Hughes, the drummer from the Stone City Band.
Shout out. And who is the Stone City Band?
That is Rick James' band.
Shout out.
So before it was Rick James in the Stone City Band.
Mm-hmm.
And the members have never deviated. It's always been those guys. So Lannis came through wearing the fucking tour jacket, and he played
like it was brand new too.
Like it was brand new. It was crazy.
Jesus, so crazy.
And he played Super Freak and Fired Up, which was dope. The sound check was funny, you guys. So sound check. Let's just get this out here. I'm not a musician.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a DJ and a dancer. So I have an understanding of how to play music on the one. Like I understand that's about the extent of my technical musical prowess. You know, like you'd think it'd be easy to just get it right for a drummer, but we count different. You know what I mean? I can say I can 2, 3 into something, and he's like, no. You start on the 1, and this song starts on a 4. So drop like 1, 2, 3, 4. So we were Fired Up starts on a 4, and so this process was literally like 10 minutes long. It was not a long process at all, but I was laughing at myself the whole time because I had to rush into the venue, plug in, and get going. My laptop is like kind of lagging because it just started. Like and Omar's like, just do it in internal mode. Like, let's just get this going. The turntables are all fucking weighted wrong. And I'm like, I can't just do this on internal. Like, I need to do this. Like, I'm doing it. And we finally get it going, but the sound check is so funny. And then we're far apart where the booth is to where the stage is. There's literally like a 1 beat delay. But doing a sound check with the fucking drummer for Rick James's drummer for most of his career is kind of a moment where you're like, okay.
No, that's a big flex.
It's scary. It's terrifying because it's like, okay, like you really have to show that you have an understanding, like a basic understanding of music. You can't get by Mickey on this. Like now's the time to where it's like, you have to show that you have at least a basic understanding of how this shit works. You have to know how to count. Like, and I know like people listening to this sound like that might, because it's all musicians and DJs and producers, but like it may sound simple, but I guess like when you're just kind of rushed and being thrown, like just like, cool, Lannis is here, plug in, let's get going on this sound check. I don't want him to wait up, and you're like, okay, I'm gonna count you off 2, 3. No, don't start on 2. What are you doing? You're like, oh shit, yeah, duh, he's a drummer, start on 1. 2, 3, 4. But that's a fucking 4. Like, you dropped the 4 on the 1. Okay, shit, you're right, sorry. And like those little mistakes are just like exposing you. It is fucking terrifying. But it worked out. The show went great. Like once during the night, it was a fucking moment. It was cool as hell.
Yeah, it worked out.
It was dope, man. It's fucking dope. And that jacket, crispy.
Dude, I'm mad at myself for not bringing records to have him sign. And I wanted a jacket. Imagine.
I mean, you can still get records signed.
He lives here in Vegas. So, and now I have his card, which is cool.
Right, you do.
So like I could just be like, hey, it would be really cool if you signed these records. I'm sure he would. Sure he would. We took pictures together and shit. He was hella cool. He knew my uncle.
Hey, Lannis, come down to my cut and sew shop.
Right. Come down to my cobblery. My cobbledashery.
Cobbledashery.
What do we got coming up?
I mean, God.
I mean,
just
what's everybody doing for Halloween? We asked that yet?
Okay, so Colin and I have a place called Two Wrongs that we're going to be doing our a Halloween party on the 30th.
Yeah,
and then you fly out the next day.
Fly out to Vegas.
Correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doing a private party, but then that Monday I'm at Emporium at Area 15, so we'll be able to hang out. Neek, what do you got going on?
A few days prior to, on the 28th, I'll be doing Acceptable in the 80s party at Emporium. And then on Halloween, I will be at Corduroy doing Funktacular. So it's like their funk night. So we will be doing funky shit for Halloween. Do you guys have costumes?
Shout out to the good people at Corduroy.
Shout out to Corduroy. They throw a killer fucking
Shout
party.
out to Teen Wolf over there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Teen Wolf, Mesmapos.
Wait a minute. Hold on. We're forgetting a whole entire night right now. What the okay. We saw Craze. We saw Craze.
Shit. Yeah, we did the Vegas wrap up and didn't wrap up. We just wrapped up one night.
Right.
Yeah. We only wrapped up one night. So we saw Craze. We saw Craze over at Disco Pussy, and God, what a fucking show that he put on.
He's the best. He's the GOAT. He's the GOAT. That's not up for debate.
It's just showmanship A+. Music A+. And he gave us a shout out in the middle of his set too. That was dope. So shout out,
Seal of
Curtis.
approval.
Yeah. And then from there we went over to Corduroy. Check out P-Dot stopped by and Cricket stopped by over at Disco Pussy. Saw them, and then we walked over to Corduroy, saw Teen Wolf play. Shout out Teen Wolf. He gave us good hospitality over there with the good people of Corduroy. Got a few pics off in the
Emo
booth,
night.
the photo booth. It was emo night, yeah. So that was
Teen Wolf
that was
does a
one of the
killer emo
nights.
night.
Yeah.
We did Area 15 the first night.
That's
Yep.
right. We
Saw
went to
Cats
see
and
Cats
Dogs.
and Dogs.
Cats and Dogs, yes. That was dope. Who was before them?
Oh, dude, I
Who was
cannot
that
remember
dude?
dude's name.
Upstairs we saw Ultraviolet.
Ultraviolet was killing it upstairs with her trap set.
Yeah, dude, I gotta hit up Sean Seville and ask who that guy was because he was dope.
They had a silent disco going on, and we were figuring out where the DJ was for the silent disco, and come to find out that it was a pre-recorded set.
No DJ.
No
That was
DJ.
interesting.
They didn't tell me whose set it was either. Because like, you know, depending on who it was, I might have gave it a listen. But like
If you have to ask.
Yeah.
It's just weird to not have an actual DJ for the silent disco.
Right.
Yeah.
Kind of goes to show that nobody actually cares if you're DJing. So quit DJing. Stop DJing. Everybody
Join the
stop.
cult. Join the cult.
Stop DJing. Join my cult.
What else?
Wait, what was the cult going to be called? Did you think that far in advance where you had a name of it?
No.
Quartz of Life.
Something. Yeah.
What'd you say?
Quartz of Life.
Oh,
Quartz
of
Life.
I thought you said Porch of Life.
Family of
Quartz.
Quartz. The Quartz family.
The Quartz family. Yeah.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
I didn't think that far into it. It was more just like, yeah, people will probably listen to me. Changed a couple of lives already. Like, brought some people into some new lifestyles. I could probably do this.
I mean, you did bring disco to the strip.
That's true.
Done since the 70s. So
That's true.
Hey.
That's kind of a cult following right there.
yeah.
A cult following is still a cult.
Actually, I'm out now that I know. Yeah,
I know. You see, I had you. If we didn't do this breakdown, you'd have been in. You were a full-blown participant and leader in it.
Hey.
But wait. I brought you into my cult along with Travis for Men on Vacation.
And now we have one cult.
Neek's like, to see what we did there.
See what we did there? We joined cults.
Shit.
I turned
I
your guys' group
mistake.
into a cult. Brought them into my cult, and now we're spreading the cult.
Made a very big mistake.
See, we made
hey, I want to ask you guys real quick, since we do this every podcast. What new song should I add to the playlist?
Oh shit! Great question. Let's see. I just realized neither of us have really none of us have like contributed to the playlist. Technically, there's songs on there that we've talked about, but like,
right.
I got one. Travis, this will come as no surprise to you. I've been playing it out nonstop. The sample of Money Ain't a Thing from Jay-Z and Jermaine Dupri, Steve Arrington's Hall of Fame.
Sick.
Weak at the knees. You get you weak at the knees. Heater.
I'm looking at like my personal playlist. Let me see.
And Power Line for sure for Neek too. That's got to go in there.
I was gonna say wait.
song?
I was gonna say wait a little while, but Powerline Eye to Eye. Is that even on Spotify? Is Powerline on Spotify? He sure the fuck is. Oh, it's Tevin Campbell. Well, because it's Tevin Campbell, but Tevin Campbell, Eye to Eye. For sure.
Wait, did Prince write that song?
No, this is after Tevin and Prince. Oh, did he? Because it kind of seems like kind of NPG-ish now that I think about it. I couldn't.
This is from the Goof Troop movie, right?
Yeah, it's from the Goofy movie, which is the blackest movie in Disney history. That's my favorite Disney movie.
I don't like that movie.
Now I'm trying to find the writers.
I need to get a song up on there, so I will pick.
Who wrote Eye to Eye?
Oh,
It's written. Wait, no, that's just it. Just says who by, but it doesn't say it was written by them.
okay. So I'm gonna go off script, and I'm going to.
No, it's not. Patrick D. Rember and Roy Freeland.
Sounds like a Prince alias to me.
I know. That's what I was like. That kind of seems like an alias.
Yeah.
Because Prince has like weird, like almost obvious, like clearly an aliases. I don't know why I've never thought of that. I don't know why I've never even thought to think like who wrote this. That's so funny. Yeah, you got to think. You got to add to the list now.
Yeah, I know. And the song that I want is I'm trying to find it.
Disney.
Home is called Home with You by Marie Dahlstrom. She's from Germany, and this song fucking bangs.
What's it called? Oh, I'll look on the list.
It's called Home. It's called Home with You by Marie Dahlstrom.
Okay. Patrick DeRember is not an alias. That's just a guy. That's just a guy with Prince. A cool name. That he's definitely not Prince. This gentleman is not Prince.
I think. Oh, I got 4% on my. Here. Whoa!
Oh, what? That's him.
Definitely not Prince, but this is the gentleman responsible for Eye to Eye.
Weird.
He gave us a classic, so
he gave us
thanks,
a classic.
Man.
Can't judge a book by its cover.
Clearly, that man's got soul.
He's got soul.
Shout out.
Oh man.
Yo, man, Vegas was a fucking.
Hey.
You guys coming out to Vegas? This was a fucking success. Shout out to all the Portland homies that came through. Shout out to Chicago. Shout out to G Money.
Yes.
Out here.
You guys came through strong. Once again, thank you guys. It was a fucking dream. To everybody that listens to the podcast and like hits us up individually, I think that shit is so fucking cool. So thank you for that. Once again, we're just some dudes who to just get on Zoom and record it. So thank you guys for listening and supporting. It means the fucking world to us.
We'll do this more often. We'll do some Just the Boys podcasts more often because this was great.
Yeah,
love you guys.
And just talk to you guys. You know,
hell yeah.
We're a good group of friends.
We are. Hey, and quick shout out to Chelsea over at Vague Alien. We got some merch over at vaguealien.com. Is that right? Vaguealien.com.
Vaguealien.com.
Yeah. We got the vacation, our joint venture with Vague Alien over there. So we got a shirt line called Vacation going on right now. Pink, yellow, and white t-shirts that you guys can buy over there at vaguealien.com. So support the homies so that we can come out with more merch so that we can keep impressing y'all and draping you guys in the wardrobe so that you guys will be our walking billboard. So thank you.
Join the cult. Wear our clothing and our uniform. You'll love it.
We do have a cult. We do have a cult.
You're going to like the way you look.
I guarantee it.
That's something I just came up with. Isn't that great?
Yeah, it's great. It's great.
We'll be back next week with a special guest. Hopefully, who we think it's going to be. We got an idea.
We got an idea.
We know who we want it to be.
We know who we want it to be, but his schedule is just. He's newly a father, so his schedule is so hard.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if 2 hours is something we can manage, but let's shoot for one at the very least.
Let's do it. All right, gentlemen. Love you guys. Hell of a week. We will be back next week with very special guests. That's about it. Peace.